Being a female in engineering, you know how to have your own voice and you know how to stand up for yourself. At the end of the day, it's about the skill sets that we have, the knowledge that we have. And it's not about if I'm female or male. And I think doing engineering was great for that because it's mostly about having the problem, solving the problem. And I really like that part.
Most of the people who work for Liquid Instruments have come from my group at the ANU, and so we all share a fairly similar background. One of the things I really liked about Nandi is she was from the outside world. She was an engineer, not a physicist, and that meant that she had a complementary skill set that meant we could support our customers a lot better. It's very rare to find somebody so well-rounded who can do both the technical sides of the job as well as the human sides of the job.
So when I first started in ANU, the first few weeks was very hard because it's a big change. I was going to do electronics, and the first lecture I walked in for digital signal processing. I think I counted there were only 8 girls in the entire lecture theatre, and that was the first time I actually felt a little bit intimidated, I guess. In my heart, I kind of regret that because that was definitely a reason why I decided not to do electronics. And I switched to mechanics and materials. But to be honest, I did enjoy doing mechanics, so I didn't really mind it in the end. I think for any girls that are considering doing engineering, one thing is to look at the trend. And I think there are a lot more female engineers now compared to, say, 10 years ago. And there are also a lot more female students in engineering. All the teams in our Canberra office right now have at least one female engineer, which is really great.
We really want to employ the best people no matter what their background, from wherever they're from or whatever their gender. One of the things that I find is a really effective way of solving technical problems is to be able to look at these things from different angles and different perspectives. And if we've all had the same training, the same upbringing, the same teaching, then we're probably all going to approach it from a similar point of view, and we might be missing out the real insight that is going to crack the problem wide open.
A lot of students at ANU are probably already familiar with Moku Lab, which is our first generation product.
So Liquid Instruments makes test and measurement equipment, and test and measurement equipment, it's the type of equipment that scientists and engineers would use to measure, generate or process electrical signals.
Test and measurement industry hasn't really changed for many years, and it has always been that you buy a huge box and it takes up all your desk space and it's heavy, you need a lot of time to learn how to use them.
And if you want to do something else, you buy a different box. What we've discovered is a way of making the hardware more versatile by replacing all of the conventional electronic circuit boards by a very powerful digital signal processing chip.
Essentially, we can tell this FPGA chip to function as one instrument. And then in the next second, we can completely wipe the chip and put a different instrument onto this hardware.
Our strategy towards solving these problems is to take all of the complexity from the physical domain, from the hardware that we need, or the optics that we need, or the lasers that we use, and pushing all of that complexity as much as possible into digital signal processing, into the mathematics and the algorithms. Because algorithms don't get dirty, they don't degrade over time, they don't break.
It's almost like coming full circle. We started off at ANU, so we're founded by a group of physicists in ANU, and now we've used the technology, we've built all of our products, a company, and now we're coming back to ANU to do a launch event. Liquid
Instruments is known for our first product, Moku Lab. And Moku Lab is the product that we launched 5 years ago when there were 6 of us in a sweaty little room in the ANU building this product, and we really didn't know what we're doing. It turns out it's been a great success. We have more than 1,000 users in more than 30 countries, and I'm really proud of that. But in the last 5 years since then, we've been hard at work on our next big thing, and all of that energy, all of that commitment will be released on June 23rd.
June 23rd, we'll bring our next level product, Moku Pro. All of our hardware specs are much better and our software a lot more powerful. It really is the high-end test and measurement instrument that we're bringing out to showcase what we can do as a startup company coming out of ANU.